I mentioned, the Trump team believes 10,000 people voted who actually live out of the state of Nevada. That is clearly unacceptable if true. Here to explain what is going on in Nevada is the president's former acting national director of intelligence and the man who held the news conference today on behalf of the Trump team, announcing a lawsuit being filed in Nevada to look at these voter irregularities, is our friend Rick Grenell. Rick, great to have you back on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Rick, I wish this was a celebration interview I was doing with you, but what in the world is going on in Nevada now?
Look, here in Nevada, I have to tell you, we have found and just referred to DOJ 3,062 people who were found really through publicly available information that journalists should be digging into. But we, the campaign, found 3,062 people who violated residency requirements in Nevada and voted when they don't live here, and they didn't meet the residency requirements. Now, some of these individuals may have lived here in the past and got a ballot sent to them. We don't know the exact details yet, but we do know that they voted. And so what we are doing is referring these individuals to DOJ so that they can look at the details for possible criminal prosecution.
All right, so if you find 3,000 of them, my guess is there's more of them out there, and then you've got the issues of postmarks, you got the issues of signatures. I imagine, like the other states, you're looking at that in Nevada too.
Look, I would encourage your watchers, your viewers, to go to the Nevada GOP Twitter feed, because just moments ago, they posted a video from a young woman who is still grieving from her grandmother's death. And she happened to watch the press conference where we were highlighting the fact that the sloppy rules in Nevada mean that people who have been dead for a while have voted. And so she went to the website to look, and she sadly found that her grandmother voted. And they're still grieving, and they're outraged because she knows her grandmother did not vote. Someone stole the identity and voted. This is what is the problem with the mail-in systems across the country. We cannot have a sloppy system where you throw out ballots into the mail and then 5, 6, 7 ballots show up in an apartment complex for people who didn't live there, and somebody grabs them and fills them out. We highlighted this problem before the election, and what we were told by government officials in Nevada is that we would be able to catch anybody who did a phony ballot because they have signature requirements, and they would be able to tell. Well, today we brought forward an older woman who said, I was told that I voted when I didn't vote, and then the proof that they brought back to me was a signature that they said was mine. This is a sloppy system.
You know what, Rick?
Check balances are not working.
I've got that woman at your press conference. I thought the soundbite was so compelling that you brought her there, and I thought it was powerful. I want to run it right now. Let's roll that.
My name is Jill Stokey. I went to vote and was told I already voted. I pursued the matter. And in years past, I always voted in person. This time, they mailed out the ballot, and somebody took my ballot. They also took the ballot of my roommate.
I'm going to tell you something, Rick. Even on this program, before the election, I warned this was going to happen. You're going to mass mail out these ballots. People are going to take them out of their neighbors' mailboxes. They're going to fill them out any way they want. You're going to show up and find out somebody voted for you. If this is happening in Nevada, I'll let you end it here, Rick. It's got to be happening in all of these other states as well.
Well, there's no question the Democratic Party wanted to pretend that they were trying to encourage voting, but what they did is they encouraged sloppiness and illegal voting, because now we're catching all sorts of people that weren't supposed to vote, and they went out and they voted. We just caught 4 people who were underage in Nevada, and they voted, and they weren't at the age requirement. They were 17 years old, and so we're finding just these situations over and over. And I just got to say, look, it's the media's job to actually do digging journalism, to dig in and find out and do research. We have tried to highlight this, but sadly, not a lot of journalists took us up on pointing to the problems. And so today we had to spend the day finding individual stories, which we put out there. Well, you know, sadly, reporters were complaining about, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? And they weren't digging themselves. They were just standing around waiting for evidence to be spoon-fed. So we started digging in, and we found a whole bunch, through more than 3,000 in one day. I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg.
That's what's going to happen. You're going to have to do the work for these reporters, and then even then, they're not going to want to do it. Rick Grenell, we so appreciate the work you're doing out there. Godspeed, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you.